Unrighteous Sin, Sean Tiff. If you ain't subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Unrighteous Sin, Sean Tiff. Let me get up in here real quick. Um, and hit that like button. Hit the like button. I got a story to tell. And it's authentic. Cause I was really in it. A lot of people can't speak on what I'm about to speak on. This ain't something that I heard. I was really in it. And you about to hear about it. So this story has to do with, it's about the city of El Monte, California, Southern California. That big SGV. Let me give a shout out to that SGV. But let me give another shout out to that El Monte. Yeah, El Monte. Yeah. That's where it all started at for me. You know. I came out here when I was about 7. Arrived in Union Station, Los Angeles, downtown. Came from Picayune, Mississippi. I grew up out there till about I was 7. Till about yeah, I was about 7. And close to me becoming 8 years old, came out here to Southern California, El Monte. I was born in New Orleans. Um, where could I start from? Yeah, El Monte. That's where I'm gonna start from. So I got to El Monte in about 1991. Um, it's a love and hate. It's a love and hate. It's a love and hate. El Monte, if a lot of people don't know, that's a small city between the 605 freeway and the 10 freeway. Um, it's a school where the 10 and the 605 freeway meet, Madrid Middle School. I went to that school. But we're going to get into that. I grew up in a lot of cities. I just, it's really hard to say where I'm from because I'm from a lot of cities. A lot of cities. But one city that I fell off in when I touched down in Southern California was the city of El Monte. A lot of black people couldn't be in that city. A lot of black people got chased out of that city. Um, it was only a few black people in that city. Michael, Phillip, Trevion, shout out to y'all. Who else I remember? Somebody named Joel. I think his name was Jeffrey, but he was a square black. I'm just counting on my finger the black people that was there. Because I'm about to give y'all a story. I lived on Deanna Street, 11A24 Deanna Street. And actually, that's where it started from for me getting my hustle skills. Yeah, when I first learned how to hustle, I got it from El Monte. I gotta give it up. I love El Monte. I don't care about the politics, about the racism. I grew up in racism. El Monte, I grew up out there. From all the words from Chongo, Chocolate, Mayate, every name in the book I got called. Being the only black in my classroom, waking up, coming outside, and it's nothing but cholos, El Monte Flores. I'm talking about, see, El Monte's different right now. It's not the same. El Monte is not the same. And I'm about to speak facts because I grew up out there. Ain't nobody gonna get on here and tell me otherwise. That's my city. And the only reason why I can't join a gang in that city is because I'm black. And I understand that. But I'm still gonna represent my city that I grew up in. I'm not claiming the gang out there, but I'm gonna claim the city because that's where I grew up at. And no matter about the racism, I still love El Monte. I done been jumped. I done been robbed. I done been through a lot in the city of El Monte. Real hate, but also real love. I don't know about the new gangs, but it was only 3 gangs that I remember. Only 3 gangs. It was EMF, El Monte Flores, Hayes, El Monte Hayes, and Hicks. Those were the 3 gangs. The only gangs. Now you had some other little small stuff, and I will never forget, and I'm gonna get into that. So I went to pretty much all the schools out there. I went to Voorhees Middle School, Voorhees Elementary for 3rd grade. I went to Baker. Voorhees only had from 1st grade to 3rd grade. And then after that, you went to Baker for 4th and 5th. And who's from El Monte that can get on here that, like, where's everybody at? Like the people that I grew up with up out there, that was at Baker, and I'm talking about 94, 95, 93? The principal was Miss Rivera. Man, she was sexy. Yeah, that was the principal at Baker, 4th and 5th grade. And I remember I used to play Pogs, with the slammer. That was over there off X line, Baker. And then after Baker, I went to Twin Lakes. And I went there, it was for a little bit, like 2-3 months, and then I ended up going to Madrid. But I definitely went for summer school at Twin Lakes over there off of, was that Gilman? Anyways, so where I got my hustle skills at, it was in the city of El Monte, and I was put in a situation, and I didn't know nothing about hustling, but I had to find out. It was a market that I'll never forget, that I used to be there every single day. And I used to play the arcade game. Street Fighter. Oh my gosh. Man, let me tell you. Carlton's Market. Yeah. And it's still there till today, Carlton's Market. I was going there when I was 7, 8, 9 years old. I'd be at that arcade damn near every single day playing that Street Fighter. Um, and back then, when they had the food stamps, I'll never forget. My mom used to give me food stamps, right? And you could take the food stamp and you can buy something for a quarter, and they gave you 75 cents back off the top. So my mom used to always give me food stamps, and I remember she didn't have none, and I wanted to play the game. I wanted to play Street Fighter. So I needed money. I think I was about 9. So I said, how could I go ahead and get some money? Because I want to play this video game. I lived in these apartments on Deanna Street. And what got to me was the urge of wanting to go to Carlton's Market and play the arcade Street Fighter. And I had to come up with money. So something just dawned on me, and I looked at the apartments, and we had a dumpster, a trash can that was in the front. And the managers are still there, Eddie and Stella. How y'all doing if y'all see this? Um, it was a bunch of apartments, but it was only one dumpster that was in the front on down the street. It was one dumpster. So everybody that had trash, they had to go to the front and put their trash in the dumpster, which was in front of the manager house. So what I did was started knocking on everybody's door. And I said, could I take your trash out? I asked one person and they gave me 50 cents. I'm like, okay. So I just started taking everybody's trash. I knocked on everybody's door. I'm 50 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents. And I'll never forget, it was this lady that stayed all the way in the back. Who stayed back there towards the end? I think that was Carly and Francine. What's up with y'all? They stayed downstairs way in the back. And it was this lady that was upstairs. And she used to have these big trash cans. And when I used to take her stuff out, I used to have to drag that all the way to the front. And she'll give me like $2. But I was knocking, and I had it on lock. I just knocked on everybody's door, and I'm taking out everybody's trash. I'm getting this money, $1, 50 cents, 75 cents, just taking their trash out. So I'm like, whoa, now I got this money. Now I'm able to go grab me some hot Cheetos, flaming hot Doritos, and go enjoy my Street Fighter game at Carlton's Market. um, yeah. Who else stayed in the front? Juanita. She had that blue van, and she used to drop us off at school. Bless her heart. What's up, Juanita? She from that El Monte. Juanita, Evelina, um, and who was in the back? And in these back apartments, you had somebody named, I'll never forget, he was a bully, Manuel. That big ass motherfucker. Like, I was what, in 3rd grade? I think he was in the 7th. He was a big bully. Uh, he was cool with me. He was cool with me. But who was even more cooler was his older brother from El Monte Flores, Moreno. What's up, Moreno? Like, he was cool like a motherfucker. And shout out to a lot of those El Monte florists. I'm talking about the ones that is real. Because don't get it twisted. It's a lot of y'all that don't like black. And I understand. But it's a lot of y'all that got love for black. And we going to get to that. It's going to be another part. Back then, the El Monte florists, they used to just mob through the streets. That's when they had the Cortezes, the Frisco Bens, the Ben Davis, the Dickies, the Three Flowers. They all be in crowds, in a big crowd, just mobbing through El Monte, just mobbing. I'd be on my bike, going through the streets. I experienced a lot of racism, but nobody never put their hands on me. And as I got to about 10, we moved. And we moved to the other side of El Monte, to Durfee, 3538 Durfee Road, in those apartments. And Sonia moved up in there. What's up, Sonia? Yeah, she had El Monte on lock. Yeah, if you're from El Monte, you know Sonia. If you're from El Monte, you know Sonia. Her older son, Big Mousy, rest in peace. Her grandson, Lil Mousy. Her daughter, Debbie. And Debbie got a son named Termite. Frankie, Emily. Yeah. Shout out to them. Shout out to Sonia. Sonia is the reason why I was able to move the way I wanted to move through El Monte. Cause see, on Durfee, it's a whole lot of stuff that I left out. I'm gonna do another part, but I wanted just to dip in here real quick and let you know there's a whole lot of parts coming. I just want to give brief things. So my experiences out there, so I learned that about the hustle thing. So I learned to hustle, about wanted to play the arcade game at Carlton's Market. It's still there. Yes, I was going there when I was 8. Yeah, I was 8. So fast forward, we get evicted in on Deanna Street, and I used to have some other people over there, like my best friend Daniel. I don't know his last name, but I love you, Daniel, Willie, Nelly. They stayed on Deanna Street, and that was my best friends. I'm talking about best friends. Like, I don't care what go on. I could never be racist or prejudiced, whatever you call it. I love Hispanics. Like, I just do. I don't care about it. It could be a cholo that can say nigger, mayate, or do something. I'm not going to hold no grudge because of the love that I got from other Hispanics. If I have an altercation with other Hispanics, I don't hold that against the good ones. I just look at that as that's just him. I don't put him as a whole. Like, I love Hispanics. Like, I do. Straight up. So all that racial shit, I understand about the politics, and I respect it, but I gotta give it the credit where the credit is due. I grew up watching American Me, Blood in, Blood Out. Man, they used to always play that. I used to get called that N-word so many times to the point that it was just regular. And then how I look at it, it was a way of them just, hey, you the punching bag. They didn't put their hands on me, but they'll always call me that. Nigger, all that, and laugh, but they never put their hands on me. And I was growing up around all these. El Monte Flores. Um, what else? So we moved to these apartments, 3538 Durfee, across from Voorhees Elementary. Sonia came. When I met Sonia, man, I must have been at Sonia's house every single day. I I love that woman. That woman took me up under her wing, and every single day I would be at Sonia's house watching movies, just hanging out, helping her with her groceries, going to the store. And every time when I was around her, I I realized, like, cause she had the back apartment, and it was a big old area right there. Like, it was the biggest part of the apartment, and she had that whole back side. And in the back, what's his name? Rest in peace, Johnny Fetz. He was with somebody named Sarah, and he got a sister named Joanna. What's up, Joanna? And a little brother named Georgie. I think Georgie turned. I think he turned Flores. I think he turned. Yeah, I don't know, but anyway. So in these apartments, we had who else was Raymond. I forgot who they called him, but he was a veterano from EMF. It was nothing but El Monte Flores that stayed in my apartment building, older. And it's a whole lot. So um, as I'll be there, helping her out, all the EMFs would be all back there just congregating, hanging out. And when they see me with her, with Sonia, helping her out, because I was a little kid, I got that pass. Who used to be over there? Let me name some names, some reputables that I remember, that I know of. Munchie, Big Munchie, uh, Lil Mousy, Scooter. Uh, Rest in peace to Big Dedico, Mike. He got killed in '95, and that's his auntie is Tina, and Tina was with Big Dillinger, Robert. Lil Dillinger, Jonathan. I grew up with him. He I guess I heard he got, what, 90 years. He got like 6 brothers. Yeah, what's up with y'all? They was in the apartments. Who else was up in there? Uh, Big Goofy, Andy, Goofy from El Monte Flores. Cool. Yeah, so when I come out my apartment, it'll be nothing but essay like you never seen. Real EMFs. And I'm talking about 94, 95. Other blacks couldn't be there. Like, it was a blessing, man. Like, I thank you, Sonya. And I'll never forget when I got a letter from Pelican Bay from her ex-husband, uh, Mike, uh, Husky. He's in Pelican Bay right now. He wrote me a letter telling me thank you for helping my wife. And I'll never forget that. I got a letter in '95 from Pelican Bay from Big Husky, Mike from El Monte Flores. Um, I seen so much happen, and I'll never forget. It was somebody named he couldn't he didn't like me. He didn't like me, and I know he's doing it big, but man, as a little kid, Big Minor, oh man, I used to hang around with well, rest in peace, Michael Hernandez. Uh, he turned Westside Walnut because his brother is Mousy from Westside Walnut, so he turned Westside Walnut. I thought he was gonna end up turning El Monte Flores because his dad, like, was this his brother? No, because his brother was from Westside Walnut, Gabriel, but his dad was Big Mousy from EMF. Rest in peace. And I'm shocked that he never turned that. He ended up turning Westside Walnut. I guess because his brother, Gabriel from there. But rest in peace to him. Rest in peace to his little brother, Lil David. Um, it was just, I got love and hate. So I'll be hanging around like Michael and stuff like that. And I never forget, Big Minor was on a bike like one time. And it was like telling him, like, don't be hanging around him. And I asked him a question. I said, why? And Minor looked at me. He was like, because you black, Holmes. Like, he didn't like me. he didn't like me. Big Minor, oh yeah. He was nobody to play with. Um, but he never fucked with me because he knew what it was. I was up under Sonya. Sonya had El Monte on lock, period. I'll come out and it'll be nothing but EMFs and I'll be walking with her going there. Like, I respect Sonya. Like, that's a real true gangster to me. That woman, yeah, man. She had that red Mustang. I used to wait in the apartments. Like, I wait late at night around on a Sunday and I was supposed to be asleep. And I literally wait around to 2, 3 in the morning for her to come back from Pelican Bay from visiting her husband. And I'll wait and I help her with her luggage, just to help her with her luggage, just to do that. And then go back home. Next day, I'll come over and just hang out. Like, I love that woman, man. She showed me the love like never before. I used to be over like in the Penmore apartments. I was man, it's just so much. I'll be on my bike on Deanna Street, going down Deanna Street, and there'll be a flock of EMFs. It's so many of y'all, I can't even like remember the names, but like I said, if you grew up around the time that I'm talking about, you will remember. Because I named some names and some places, and their hangout spot was at Zamora Park, right there at the bench. Man, EMFs like a motherfucker. And they never fucked with me. I played soccer at Zamora Park. Dan was the coach. And if you from El Monte, you remember this. Remember on Saturdays when a Pizza Loca used to knock at the door on Saturdays with those $5 pizzas? If you don't remember that, you ain't from El Monte. Straight up. Pizza Loca used to knock on your door on Saturdays selling those $5 pizzas. And I'll never forget. And I'm going to tell you a little bitty story about something. Well, when I was on Durfee,